Welcome everyone to Ghost XP. This is our very first episode, so we're very excited.
What up?
I'm here. My name is Pensu, and this is.
My name is Kong.
And today we're bringing you the topic of cursed or supernatural movies while on set or even after. So for those of you that are watching at home, grab a snack and hang out with us.
Yep. And as usual, let's cheers.
Cheers.
If you have a beer or any drinks, cheers.
Yeah.
Today we have, it's not sponsored by the way, today we have Firestone from California, third season Oktoberfest Oak Aged Lager.
Oktoberfest, you guys already know it's pretty good stuff. So
Refreshing, yep.
Okay. All
right, let's get started. Why did we choose this topic?
Okay, so I came up with this topic. Okay, I was messaging Kong and another group of friends, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, the new movie Conjuring just came out, right? I don't really know what's it called.
Conjuring Last Rites, which is part 4.
Right? Yeah, right. And here I am scrolling through social media, and I'm seeing all sorts of reels of like priests blessing the people at the theater before they even go to the show.
Yeah.
They're blessing, and they're like, they have like a bottle of holy water and all that. I'm like, holy water.
All right, hey, there's a couple clips, right? So let's talk about that first clip because it was sort of cheesy in my opinion. So what was it? They were at a theater,
for the Conjuring.
It was outside of the entry door into the theater room where they're playing the Conjuring, and they had like a foldable table full of like bottles of holy water.
And a priest there too.
Yeah, they had a priest there, and they had like a blocking robe, for like to block stuff off that you see on the red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the workers in the theater brought out Annabelle.
Yeah.
Not the original Annabelle, the Annabelle used in the movie. So the new school doll Annabelle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And what happened when they brought it out?
We'll show you the clip right now.
Reminded that we, made in the image and likeness of God, was better and stronger than you. We will never never succumb ourselves to the evil. And so we bless ourselves and bless all the objects who remind us of evil, that they may be cast out from us, and that we may persevere in Christ Jesus our Lord.
The priest just throws holy water on the doll and just says some prayers.
Yeah, said some prayers. And it's really intense. For those of you who haven't seen it, after you just got done watching it, we would like to know your thoughts in the comment. But for my opinion, I mean my whole take on the whole entire video, I gotta say if I remember correctly, they did do this when the first Conjuring released in 2013.
Oh, they did.
They did do this. Yes,
I remember that.
I remember they had. I've seen like 2 videos that surfaced of 2 different theaters of 2 different priests. They were pretty much blessing, giving holy water too.
I think I remember that now.
So now I'm like thinking like, is this just what The Conjuring does, is it like a marketing?
That specific, the one we're currently talking about with the priest and the doll and the holy water, definitely for me seems like a marketing stunt.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
So
for sure.
So let me ask you this then, Kong, and for those of you that are watching at home, do you believe that a movie from a movie theater, or just a movie overall, a horror movie, right? Do you think it has a chance of, you getting possessed or cursed?
I don't think so, but I have heard stories. I recall one story, but I'll save that. It's a short thing, but
Okay, so you do believe it can happen.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll say it now because I don't know I don't remember the full story. But there's this movie. I think it's a Saw movie, maybe Jay and Showa, where there's a scene that had the funeral drum. And, you're not supposed to play that out loud in your house. So apparently, what happened was, back in the day, this is like early 2000s. Low budget Hmong movie, everyone knows about, and I guess at that time, a lot of people bought that VHS, watched it at home with sound blazing, and it kind of caused some paranormal activity in their house because you can't. The funeral drum calls spirits, right?
Right.
So to this day, if you were to watch it with headphones or whatnot. That's all I know about that.
Oh, that's interesting because, well, now that we're talking about that drum, I don't really want to call it a funeral drum, but
it gets played at the funeral,
right? Yeah. But from what I was told, as a kid, so I think someone recorded one of my auntie's funeral, and I remember one time I had actually played the tape at home just because, I just wanted to. I didn't go to the funeral, so I wanted to see what it was like, right? Mm-hmm. And me as a kid, I was just curious, right? And so I started playing it on the VHS. For those of you that don't know, VHS, just a big tape, a little box,
Yep. Before internet days.
Yeah. Yep. And I had set it on, and I remember my mom was just washing the dishes, and she comes straight running to the, she heard the drum, right? The drum playing, and the qi going off too, right? And so my mom ran straight from the kitchen. She's like, turn that off right now. She said it in Hmong, but why are you watching that stuff? I'm like, I don't know why. Why can't I watch it? I just wanted to see what happened, at the funeral, Hmong funeral. I've never, been to one when I was a little kid. So she was like, that if you watch that, you might bring bad spirits into our home. You can't. And then so I asked her.
The spirits.
Yeah. And I asked her. I remember asking her clearly. I said, well, what's so wrong with watching a movie? A movie's just a movie. Nothing can come from it, right? And she goes, yes, but it's the instrument that you're hearing in the background. It's playing. It's almost as if, you're playing it, and it's almost like you're inviting. It doesn't matter where, when, as long as it's playing, it's still playing, and maybe spirits can hear it.
Yep, that drum is played at a Hmong funeral, a traditional shaman Hmong funeral, because the purpose of it is it calls spirits at the funeral to come, and I might be wrong, but something along the lines of that. It calls spirits so that the person whose funeral it is it opens like the portal for them to go to the other realm and go to the afterlife, something like that. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go back to The Conjuring, but before I do, is there anything else you want to say about that?
No, not. Just since it's our first episode, for those of you who don't know what Hmong is. You want to quickly explain that? So
we're both Hmong. That's an ethnicity, and you can think of like people like Sunisa Leaf, Brenda Song, and we're like a group of ethnic people that stems all the way back to China. For some reason, we migrated from China to Laos, and then from Laos, because of the Vietnam War and Secret War, we migrated to the USA. Yes. But we're kind of a people of diaspora where we're kind of spread out all around the world.
Yep, we're kind of like the indigenous of China.
Yep.
Would you say so?
Yep. Okay. So again, a lot of our perspective when we talk about religions and spirituality and ghosts comes from our ethnic background, the spiritual belief, which is the traditional Hmong belief is Hmong shamanism, which is similar to, I guess the best way to explain is Native American animism, right?
Yep, correct. Yep. But thanks for explaining that. But yeah, let's go back to The Conjuring.
Yeah, Conjuring. So there's another viral video about the new Conjuring movie. Can you go into that?
I don't know if this the caption itself said that this is what happened pretty much like after watching The Conjuring, and it showed a dude that was possessed. It looked like a movie theater setting, okay? You guys might correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but the dude was completely possessed, screaming, and someone was just recording the back seat,
Yeah.
And I think it was security that was trying to kick him out or something.
Yeah, security or the workers there. They have like black button-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were trying to kick him out, and so again, the caption says, possessed at pretty much at a movie theater. So
And I guess we'll play the clip real quick here too. Get the guy's on the ground. He's yelling, something like that, and the workers are trying to get him up and get him out.
yeah, he's trying to speak too, but the voice is very deep. It's very deep. So
yeah, I don't know if it happened during the movie or afterwards, but I don't. Supposedly he was watching the new Conjuring movie, The Last Rite.
We might be wrong, but just seeing the caption and stuff. I honestly thought, like, there's no way. Okay, I hate to say it. I believe in ghosts and I believe in the supernatural, but that's one thing I probably can't believe, that happened. I hate to say I'm a skeptic to that video.
Especially like a movie like The Conjuring 4.
At least the first one, then I would have probably been like, okay.
Dude, the first two were good.
Yeah.
Part 3 was trash, and Part 4 directed by the guy who directed Part 3. So, and for the record, we have not seen the movie. We haven't not seen Part 4 yet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go watch it next week.
Yeah, same here. So I'm excited though. It's their last one, right? So
yeah, it's the last one, and with all this current events going around with that movie, I personally think it's just a marketing stunt.
So you think the priest with the holy water, and you think the guy getting possessed is all a stunt?
Yes,
Would you say so?
Yes. I expect this Part 4 movie to be trash. There ain't no way a dude's gonna get possessed while watching it.
Oh gosh, I mean, what do you do after you collect the holy water though? Do you, like, after you're done watching the movie, you didn't need it? Hey, here's your holy water.
I guess they're passing out like 3D glasses.
Yeah,
you gotta return it to the bin.
Oh gosh, I mean, if that's the case, then you might just have to pass holy water for every room that's casting that movie or something, right?
Yeah.
So many holy water you're gonna hand out throughout the whole entire world. But yeah, I don't believe in that. I thought, like you, I agree with you. I feel like it's a marketing. It's not a marketing strategy, but it's like a way to just draw attention. I would say that
to the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. With that being said, that's why we wanted to just discuss about movies and on-set hauntings while people were shooting horror movies. And yeah, I guess you want to go first? I could go first. We're just gonna go through a few of these experiences of other movies.
I can go first. We're gonna go ahead and talk about cursed movies. So I'm gonna start with my first one. This movie wasn't that popular. It wasn't popular at all. So it might be something new to you, but if you heard about this story already, feel free to just hang out and correct me too. All right. So, anyways, this movie is called Return to Babylon.
I actually never heard of that movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very low key movie. I checked out on YouTube the amount of views it's got for its trailer, and it's only like 100,000 views. So it's a very small project. This is I thought this was actually pretty cool though, because the movie released in 2012, I believe. But they're trying to recreate 1920s, the Roaring 20s. Their movie, like how back then they just watch someone dance, there's no talking, there's music playing in the background, and they're just like acting really fast. So this director, he was trying to recreate that in today's time. So this movie is all black and white. It's very fast paced. There's no talking, no nothing. It's just straight acting, and it's just going zoning through it, right? And so the creator, let me get his last name. His last name is Kanatawi. I might have butchered that name, but pretty much he wanted to make this film, but he didn't know how to go at it because it's such an old way of recording, right? And so him and another person was stressing out about it. This is in California, all right? So for those of you that live in Cali, this is coming right off of Hollywood. So anyways, he wanted to recreate this 1920s. He was stressed out about it with his friend. And so one day they were walking and they stumbled upon this bag that was sitting on, I think, Hollywood Boulevard, something like that. I don't know, but it was sitting on the street. he opened it and it contained like 19 films of old school films. It's black and white. And so he's like, oh, this is strange. I've been thinking about creating a movie called, Return of Babylon. Maybe this might work. And so he pulled out the rolls and he looked at it. It shows like little snippets of, that potential you can do, like the old school films of camera. You remember those?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much he's seen that and he was like, all right, cool. Let's try this out, see if it worked. And so then they gave him the idea to continue doing it, and he ordered more, or whatever happens. He didn't. I don't know if he ordered more, but he somehow made it work. And so they created this 1 hour long film, right? And in the film, things started getting weird to the cast too, while on set. But then I guess the most interesting part of the whole entire story is, well, not a story, but the whole entire event is that if you go back and you watch that movie, there's a lot of scenes. If you look at the characters' face, the faces of the actors, I should say, their eyes and their nails and their hands, everything looks different. It looks kind of weird, but I'll show you guys a video right here. I'll show it to you too, Kong, and you can. It's hard for me to explain this one because you got to look at the video in order to see.
It's a really visual thing. Those are times where movies had no sound, so it's really all visual.
Okay. Yep. So for those of you that are watching
music,
home, we'll pull this one up to the side so you can watch it too.
Yep.
I want your take on this video.
Here's my real time reaction. I've never seen this before.
So this is the producer, or he's the one that's making the film. He's gonna go back and he's gonna basically watch the film, and he noticed something. All right. There's no sound, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, is that not an actress?
That's it. They're all they're all actors.
Whoa, what the hell? That looks scary. What the hell?
That he's pausing and he's like, "What the heck is that?"
Whoa.
That part, I think it's just this lady right there.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah, it's pretty insane, right?
Yeah, it like distorts their looks.
Yeah, and it makes them look kind of weird. And again, these are the fumes that were pretty much what he found,
mm-hmm.
And he went with it.
Wait, he found these or he recorded
Oh, no,
this?
he found the rolls of the films and he used it to record it.
Oh, okay.
So he used it, and this is his the outcome of it.
Yeah, really? Yeah, that's pretty creepy. That's so weird.
He's
and
pointing at
interesting.
it, like, who the heck is that person?
What is that?
So yeah, they're just gonna replay this a little bit.
Okay.
But that's
creepy. That's creepy.
The I guess that's his own person. I mean, that's kind of like primary evidence right there of him. That's his movie. So
yeah.
So yeah, that's what they've been seeing. Well, that's what that caught his eyes, and he's like, "What the heck? What's going on with my films?" And then he started questioning. Hold on, I picked these films up, and I used it.
Yeah.
And it's giving me this result. What does that mean?
Yeah. And for the listeners who are not watching us, it's essentially old school black and white film, and the actors and actresses, their faces being distorted to look pretty scary unintentionally. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just him pausing at the right time, but for you to look. So I guess let's put it this way: some people believe it's supernatural and some don't, and I guess like skeptics are saying that it's the fact that it's old school, frames are not up to date.
Yeah.
It's old, so it's like lagging. So when you pause something that's lagging, then it kind of drags the graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the scientific side of me is saying the same thing. Like, it's old film. Mm-hmm. That's why.
Yeah, but I can see why someone would believe it's actually supernatural. It could be supernatural, right?
Yep, agreed. It is creepy.
Yeah,
definitely is creepy.
So, yeah, that's what they got. Again, this is 2012, so it's not that long ago, and I guess he's still making some stuff till this day. But this is one of his most popular project, and that's the result. And yes, the movie is out. You can actually watch this movie.
Is it a horror movie, or is it's not a horror movie, but it just has that real story horror?
No, because Babylon is not really like scary stuff.
So it was just like something scary that happened on set. During production.
There was no intent of having it super scary.
Yeah, because I've seen the new Babylon with what's the lady that plays Joker's girlfriend. I forgot.
Oh my gosh, I forgot her. You talking about Harley Quinn?
Yeah, Harley Quinn. Yeah, there's a new Babylon that they star in. That movie's pretty good, but it's super long too, though.
Yeah, that's. Well, see, that's just the thing. It's if it had intentions of being scary, then I guess that's a little bit different.
Yeah, no, I know the story of Babylon from that new movie. Essentially, the story of Babylon is just people trying to make it into Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I got right there, and that's our first story of the.
All right.
What are your thoughts again? Final thoughts on it?
Final thoughts is that's pretty creepy. You can't say things like. You can't, like, anything captured on video or photograph that looks creepy, it's always going to be creepy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So, yeah, that's Return to Babylon 2012.
All right. That's pretty creepy. I guess I'll go with my first one that I researched. Or I did research, but it's more of, I remember this, people saying or talking about this occurrence. And it's not well known because it's only strictly in the Hmong community. So the movie is Gao Nya, or The Awaiting Bride. It's a movie it's a Hmong movie filmed in Laos that released around early 2010s. I believe it was 2013. But essentially, it's based off of a classic Hmong horror story, and I guess I will kind of give a quick telling of what that story is, because I feel like a lot of us Hmong people know the story, but if you're not Hmong, you're not gonna know the story. And I feel like if you're a new generation Hmong person, you're not gonna know this story too. So I'll just kind of quickly tell it. So the movie is based on this classic Hmong ghost story, and here's how it goes. Right. Back in Laos, maybe in the 1950s. In Laos, when we say Laos, we mean like the jungles and mountains of Laos. No technology. Hmong people lived in like huts built out of bamboo. And they live in villages of their own clans, right? So if Pensu and I are a same clan of the last name, and we want to go Mac on girls, we're gonna have to go to another village of a different clan last name, essentially. Mm-hmm. So essentially, the story goes is that there's this young adult, male and female. They're madly in love. They're a couple, but for some reason, the male had to leave for a good amount of time, for reasons such as he either had to go to work or he had to go to school. There's different variations of the story, but essentially he just had to go away for a long time, and because of that, they both were really sad, but they made the promise that, hey, after this amount of time, let's say 6 months, after 6 months, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna marry you. And so they made that promise. And so this young man goes off to do whatever it is that he's doing, and for whatever reason, he couldn't come back he couldn't come back at the time that was promised, so 6 months, for reasons such as his parents didn't want him to come back to marry that girl or whatnot.
There's a lot of take on that too. Like why he didn't show up.
Yep, different variations. Again, it's a classic story, so there's different versions of it. And so he was really sad that he couldn't go back at the time that was promised, but he loved her so much that he did come back to her village to go see her. But it was well past the 6 months. When we say he went back to her village, this is like him walking from his village through the jungles and forests to her village. Yeah, no cars, no electricity, no technology at all. And so when he got to her village, it was dark, it was nighttime, and when he got there, he noticed it was really empty and quiet, like too quiet. But he just thought to himself, it's nighttime, everyone's probably just asleep. So then he went to her house, and if you don't know, back in those days when people go court one another, they go to their house, they go to the wall that they know on the other side is the persons they're talking to, their room, and they'll knock on that wall and say, "Hey, I'm here," whatnot, right? So he arrives to her house, he knocks on her door, she comes out. But she didn't really come out fully. She just opened the door. She stayed inside her house. Again, nighttime, old school times, no electricity, everything was dark, so he couldn't really see her well. And she said, "Hey, come inside. It's late. Let's go to bed." Right, but when he set a foot into that house, he could smell a stench, but he didn't really think about it. And so when they got on the bed and laid together, the stench was really strong. And when he felt her body, there was no warmth. It was really cold and limp and hard. And so he knew something was up. And some versions, somehow he saw her face. Some versions doesn't mention that, but he was creeped out. He knew something was wrong. So he remembers seeing a bucket of water when he entered the house. This bucket of water was by the entrance. So he told the female that he had to go pee. He went outside to use the bucket of water, hung it up he hung it up in a way that it'll slowly pour out water, making the sound of pee. So when he did that, he ran off, but she obviously heard him run off.
Yeah.
And so she came out after him, and he ran into the jungle, following the trail back to his village, and she was chasing after him, yelling, "You promised me that you'll come back, blah, blah, blah," right? Back in Hmong. And, you said you'll come back and marry me, you lied. And so he ran all the way back home and got to his village in the morning when the sun was up, and he told the stories to his parents and the elders there. And some of the folks said, "Yeah, if you didn't know, the people abandoned that village because that girl passed away, but she wouldn't pass away. She stayed in that village as a dead person, and everyone was afraid, and they left." So how this story concluded was that they did a shaman ritual to fix, him being what we call him losing his spirit, essentially him being overly scared that it traumatized him, and they changed his name. And so one way in the Hmong cultures, if you're being haunted or followed, one way to stop that entity from being able to haunt you or follow you is to change your name. It's kind of like you're changing your identity. And so he changed his name, and nothing bad happened. Years later, this story is all in the past. Supposedly he went hunting with his relatives in a jungle. Maybe this jungle's near the abandoned village. But they said that at this point in time, when hunting, let's all come back and meet at this point. So when that time came, they all came except for him. And so they're like, "How come this guy's not here? Let's go look for him." And when they were looking for him, some of them called him by his old name. And essentially they believed that because some of them called him by the old name, the girlfriend found him and took him. And that's how that story concluded. And that's what this movie, Gao Nya, or The Awaiting Bride, that's what it's based off of.
Mm-hmm.
You can look it up on YouTube. The trailer's there. And when I was doing some research, apparently there's part 2 and part 3 also.
Yeah. There's actually a video game with this too.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, there's a video game with it
we
too.
could talk about that too. But I did not know they have sequels, a trilogy.
Yeah.
But essentially what happened, right? Because they were shooting this movie in Laos, and they were shooting the scene when the boyfriend ran off into the woods and the girlfriend was chasing after him. They were filming this scene in Laos, and they said that every time they tried to film the scene, it'll storm really hard. So they'll have to cancel the shoot. They'll wait it out. Weather is back to normal. They continue the shoot, reshooting it. It stormed again right away. This happened, so they had a feeling that it was something supernatural. Mm-hmm. So they did a shaman ritual, I believe an animal sacrifice, and they were just telling the spirit or entity of that area they're telling that entity or spirit to let them finish their shoot, and once they're done, they'll leave. And so essentially after that ritual was done, they made the last shot, and it didn't storm anymore. They were able to finish the scene.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So that's that. Yeah.
Jeez. Like, so I guess, I mean, that's the tough one, because once you do I guess you could say the ritual, right? And then it cleared, or there's no longer any more rain. So in a way, that's kind of, a lot of people do believe that, that culture or the ritual of shaman does work. So
Yep.
I can't say it's wrong or it's right, but
Yeah,
you
it
know.
could be coincidental, you know.
Yeah, but that's actually pretty cool though. How
Yeah.
bam, it just happened and it worked, you know.
Yep.
But I guess is this? What would you say this for those you're watching? What would you say is this more like a? Did it really happen, or you think it's more like a legend or like a folk?
I think it's a folklore.
You think so?
What about you?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Maybe because back then those people in Laos, when they went to go watch, you know, they kept going to visit the girl, and you know the parents are like, "Hey, we gotta scare these kids somehow," so they just stop going.
I would say this. I feel like, because you know, at that time in Laos where they lived, no technology, everything was it was really. Let's just say the energy of nature was really strong, right? And I feel like wherever nature is strong, there's always some kind of spiritual element to it, you know. Like
So they kinda,
like you know, this is the Appalachian mountains and stuff, where isn't that like the deserts or something, and it's really empty of people but filled with nature. And even that area has like there's a lot of stories of it having like a lot of spiritual stuff, supernatural stuff. That's how I feel like.
So I guess pretty much, I guess what I'm getting is, let's say if tensions build around it, can potentially become something. Then, in a way,
that too, right? Like
you know what I mean? Like let's say how like I'd say of like even like I guess if you're a skeptic, but then you want to keep searching for something dark and you keep putting a lot of energy into it, then I guess eventually, I don't know. I think that was a bad analogy, but
like,
yeah, you
like
know what I mean.
Because of a lot of people believe in it. It was able to manifest.
Yeah, something like that, right? Yeah. You kind of get what I mean, though, right?
I get what you mean for sure. Yeah.
And that was bad, but the way how I try to explain it. But yeah, that's probably. I feel like that is pretty true too, though. It's just like how going back to your story. It's like maybe it could have been in folklore, but the fact that people put so much thought about it and gave it so much energy, then it probably kind of manifests itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe for sure those floors are probably haunted, 100%. I would say it is. But
And for the record, from what I recall, the movie was not that good.
No,
it was like 3/4 a love story, and the last 1/4 was a horror movie. But it was just the technology and quality just wasn't that good, where it wasn't really that scary.
I think
from what I remember,
with our technology today, we could have probably made that the whole entire movie off of like an iPhone 7 or something.
yeah.
Oh gosh, but it was good for its time. But nowadays, you watch it like, oh gosh, that's pretty bad. Oh yeah, wow. So yeah, that was a pretty good one. And that's one of our stories for the Hmong people. So. I guess I'll move on unless you have something else to say. You want to add on to that?
No, I just wanted to bring this one up too, because I know the younger Hmong generations and they don't know how to speak Hmong, so I just wanted to continue this folklore to the next generation and to the non-Hmong community.
So stop visiting your girlfriend or something. Instead of her chasing you home, she might be in the back of the car.
For real.
Check your mirror.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
Jeez. All right, so this one is actually a little well known. I guess it's actually one of the most popular one for like hauntings during the set and hauntings curse. The movie's a curse or whatever, right? Depends on what you believe in, but this one I'm actually gonna have to go on a list, read off a list of this one, because there's a lot of people that's involved in it. I don't want you guys to get confused too if I'm gonna be throwing a bunch of just random things out there. So this movie's called The Omen. This is back in 1976.
The classic.
Yep. And for those of you that don't know, just a quick background story of The Omen is basically they took in this boy who just ends up being very bad, not bad luck, but then things happen around people who's around that boy. Let's put it that way, right? Like
I actually never seen the movie.
Right.
To tell you the truth,
I've never seen it too. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I know they remade it again, like more of a modern one, but then I've never really watched that one too. So
same.
all I know is just about some boy that brings very bad luck to your family, to you if you're around him.
Essentially, that's the son of Satan.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go. I'm gonna actually talk about some of the actors that are in there, and we're gonna go to like the crew, the cast, and things that happened to them while on set and trying to make this whole film become into one, right? So the first one is Gregory Peck. He's actually the antagonist of this movie. He's the father of the boy that I think he adopted, the Omen, right? And so this is during set. I guess for Gregory, he was supposed to meet up with his crew set at a place, but then I guess work delayed for some reason. Maybe it could have been the weather or something, right? And so he's like, okay, well, I'm at the airport. Since work is delayed, I'm probably just gonna head back and relax, right? You guys can, get my flight on the next one, right? So whatever, right? He went home, and then on that flight that he was supposed to go on, the crazy part is that flight, the moment it left, it hit like a group of birds, or whatever you want to call it, just some birds in the air, and then the plane ended up crashing and killing everyone in that plane. Everyone in that plane died, even the pilot, right? And then I guess the crazy part of that too is that the plane crashed, and it crashed on top of a car.
What?
And the people that were in that car was the family member of the pilot.
What?
The family members of the pilot. That's crazy, right?
What? Damn.
Yeah, so they were already kind of going up in the air, high enough where birds are probably at the limitation of flying. They hit a bunch of birds, and then the plane fell back down, and it landed on the car, the pilot's family. So damn, that's crazy, right?
Yeah. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, that's geez, that sucks. But everyone died, unfortunately. And but for Greg, he didn't go on that plane, so he was like, oh gosh, that's crazy. I would have been dead too, right? So I mean, I'm sorry for those of you that had someone that was lost in that incident. Sorry, but we're just saying this as what I've been researching. Okay, so and then I guess a few days later, he was supposed to meet his crew in England. They were shooting another set in England, and so he was like, all right, cool, I'll meet you guys there. Got on his flight, and this is his second plane now. Well, that first incident, it's like a back-to-back pretty much, right? So he went on this plane, and all of a sudden lightning struck the plane in the midst of it, while flying. But thank goodness no one died, so that's a good thing. But lightning struck the plane. He probably got them all. They probably all got scared as hell. They were all probably, oh shit, yeah, what's gonna happen?
Wait, so they were able to go to the next flight, or
he was on his next flight already. He was already midair, and they
had to finish the flight.
Yeah, they finished the flight. They actually finished the flight. That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
How does that even work? But yeah, anyway, so enough of Greg. We're gonna go to the producer, the cast. His name is Mace. We'll call him my Mace. Well, I don't want to say his last name too, but anyways, Mace. And well, actually, let's do the writer, David, the writer of the Omen. After the incident that happened to Greg of getting lightning struck by the plane, right? From the lightning striking the plane, my bad. 2 days later, the writer David, he had to go meet up with them in England, right? And so I believe maybe it's England or somewhere else, I don't know, but he had to go meet up with them too. So the writer was like, all right, cool, I'll get on the plane, I'll meet you guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow or something, right? And he goes, same thing happens, gets struck by lightning. 2 days later, his airplane gets struck by lightning.
What the hell, bro?
Right? So it's what? Now, considering the movie, The Omen, like you said, it's Satan's son, right?
Yep.
You kind of think that's bad juju itself, right? Brains and bad juju, right? But that's just the writer. Now we have the producer now. His name is Mace. Let's go back to Mace. So pretty much Mace, Greg, and some of the other crew cast, they were supposed to go eat dinner one of the nights. So they had already reserved a spot to go eat. And they were like, all right, after the long day of shooting, let's go over here. Let's eat. And next thing you know, right when they got done shooting, or they were in the midst of finishing, they got a call about the restaurant being destroyed by explosion. So they were like, "Oh, what the heck?
Kind of explosion?"
I think
it
it
was
was
a kitchen explosion.
Yeah, I believe so. But the building is completely destroyed.
Oh man!
And they were like, "What the heck? We were supposed to go eat there tonight." That's crazy, right?
Bro.
Yeah, and so the crazy part is the weeks after that, Mace, going back to the producer, him and his wife, they literally check out of a hotel, and right after they checked out, the hotel exploded too.
What the?
Isn't that crazy,
Bro.
And they didn't even finish the movie yet. They're still making the movie, and all this happening.
Bro,
Bro.
I'll let you finish, but there's something that came up in my head, bro.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Jeez, what if the plot was twisted? No, I'm not gonna say it. But that's a Mace side of the experience of what he had on set, right? So that's Mace. And now we're gonna go to the effect designer. This guy basically did the just all the special effects and all that stuff, right? So this is after the film was finished though. So now that the film is done, I didn't get his name, but the designer, him and his wife were they were on a trip or something. They were just on the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
And right after the film was done, him and his wife got into a car accident. It was pretty bad, very bad, to the part where his wife was decapitated.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and the crazy part is this though, is that his accident that took place was 66.6 kilometers away, 666 pretty much, from a town called the Omen.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Who researched that? Who made that statement?
He made this statement.
What?
Well, they went back to the crash site and they said that in conversion, that's 41 miles.
What?
41 miles from a town called Omen. Ommen. So, not Omen, but Omen. I don't know how you pronounce it. But that's crazy though, right? But I mean, I get it. 41 miles is still pretty far. I mean, if he was like 6 blocks away, then I would be like, holy crap. But, but still, it's 66.6 kilometers. That's what they said. I actually want to. I wouldn't like, but I would actually want to see that on Google Maps or something.
Yeah, that's
but
so funny.
I didn't go that far out researching that. Maybe for those of you that are listening, you guys can do that and let us know in the comments. But that happened to the designer, the special effect guy, and to him and his wife. I mean, I feel really bad, but it's a tragic overall. But for it to be an accident close to a town called Omen too, like what a coincidence,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like some crazy funny stats right there.
Yeah, and one last thing though that did happen that was very big. This is to the animal trainer. So of course, on every set, you gotta have someone. If you're gonna have with animals, right? You need someone there to be professional train with animals, right?
Yep.
This one was really sad though. This one's pretty messed up. So there was a scene where they had a bunch of baboons that were supposed to interact a certain way, and the kid, the Omen, right? The kid and the mother, they were somewhere. I haven't seen the movie, so I can't say. But all I know is that pretty much these baboons ended up acting out differently. They started attacking the car that they were in.
Wow.
And the animal trainer was like, what the heck is going on, right? And so he was trying to calm them down, and then he did eventually. And then the next day, the animal trainer, they have another scene too, or they were doing something else with him. They needed him, but they found out that he was dead. And from what the reporter said was that the animal trainer died pretty much got mauled by his tiger.
Whoa.
The tiger killed the dude, grabbed his neck instantly, and that was it. So, damn. But that one, maybe that animals could have misbehaved. I don't know, but for that to happen on that movie too, and all the other things, I don't think it's a coincidence anymore.
Coincidence.
I don't think it is anymore. I think it's kind of, there's got to be something in here. Bro. You think about it. 2 lightning struck in a plane crashing, killing everyone in there, killing the pilot's mom and the family too, and then you have the animal trainer dead, and you have the restaurant blowing up, hotel blowing up.
This to me sounds a lot like Final Destination. He didn't go on the plane that he was supposed to, and it crashed, and then a bunch of places that they were supposed to stay at blows up. What?
That's crazy.
Final Destination, bro.
The movie should have been Final Destination 1976.
Dude, or damn, and then the airplanes that keep getting struck by lightning. Is it because of how planes were constructed at that time that maybe it's normal for planes at that time to get struck by lightning?
It must have been Sun Country or no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hey,
The spirit, bro. Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. Sun Country. You guys are watching this video. We do want to get sponsored by
Yes,
it. Yeah.
yes, I fly to Sun Country frequently. Yeah.
Or it could have been, what is it called? Spirit.
Spirit. It's spirit. Definitely spirit, man.
Spirit.
And United. Is it United?
Yeah. Or it could, well, there's
United.
yeah, United too. Yeah, and United Airlines is actually pretty big, but it could be Spirit.
Is it
or-
American Airlines?
Yeah, American Airlines. American
Yeah,
Airlines.
there's
is a
one
small
that's kind of stingy
It's-
too.
Yep, American Airlines. That's the one. That's
Stop charging
pretty
me for
small.
my carry-on bag, man.
Yeah, and then Delta doesn't do that to you. You know, like what the hell? What?
And then like, so you know how the places keep exploding?
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, what if someone's trying to kill them for real? Like they have an enemy that's trying to kill them.
That could be too. See,
Damn.
and that's the thing too. Is like I don't think they would. I don't know if people die from the explosion. I hope not. But I guess I hate to say this, but then if people did actually die, then it's more. It's actually like more like a natural thing. But let's say if no one dies, then you could be like, someone could just set this up to hype up the movie. You know, no one dies from the. You see what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say I want
That's
people
very
to die.
true. I never
You know
thought
what I
of
mean?
that though. I might never went there.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
like, while I was researching about this, I was like, it didn't tell me if people die or not, but I'm just saying if no one did die from all those explosions, gosh, if a restaurant blew up,
Yeah.
anything can happen, you know? So I'm just like, if no one died, then it was definitely like a setup or something. It had to be, you know? I don't know. But that's just gonna weird.
That's 66.6 kilometers.
was
Does
crazy.
sound like marketing stunt though.
Yeah,
man,
that did. I
But his
agree.
wife got decapitated, so I don't think he'll be that thirsty to do
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't think he would do that. Jeez,
Yo.
yeah. The thing is, maybe he might have lied about the 66.6, but the car accident itself was definitely an accident. But just you can't use that as a marketing or anything. I don't think he was,
Yeah.
but why? How would you even know that? Why would you even think of that? You know, after that incident, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
yeah. So that's the omen.
Don't make a movie about Satan or his son.
Saying
His
coming
bad
back.
luck,
Like, y'all making fun of my son? What's up?
His bad
Y'all
luck,
about to
man.
get it. Y'all making fun of my son, huh?
Okay, damn, that's a crazy one.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
wild
lot of other things that happen to other cast members too, but then and crew members. I'm just telling you the ones that were kind of like the main ones, you know. So
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, this next one that I researched on is on The Conjuring Part 1. Gotta turn it back around to The Conjuring, man.
finished off with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Conjuring Part 1 is, I would say, one of my most favorite horror movies of all time.
Wait. Before you do it, if you're gonna do your last one, let's toast that.
Cheers.
Dude. Yes, cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry to interrupt you, but go ahead, call.
So we'll say like The Exorcist is the perfect horror movie about exorcism and possession.
It is.
And I would say The Conjuring Part 1 is the most perfect horror movie about a haunted house. And so this movie is based on the true story that the Perron family experienced in Harrisville, Rhode Island. And I said, I don't want to go too much into it because there's a lot of research that has to go into it to tell the full story. But essentially, they just experienced a haunting when they moved into this house. And so while they were shooting this movie, some people did experience some weird paranormal activity. And when they were shooting this movie, the Perron family, they did visit the set and whatnot. However, the mother of the Perron family, she did not want to visit the set or go near that at all because she just felt eerie about it and felt bad about it. And also because when her other family members...
You're talking about the real family.
Yes,
yep,
the real family.
not the actors.
Yep, not the actors and actresses. The real family would go on set and visit the set from my research.
Okay.
And so some of them, the family members who did go visit the set, they would experience something eerie and weird, somewhat supernatural. They would experience, for example, when they're on set, they'll experience weird gusts of wind around specifically them, like really strong wind. But when they look around to, like, you know, plants and trees, the plants and trees were not wavering. However, these gusts of wind were so strong, it was out of them to experience or feel that. But the environment just looked calm and unwavering. And so, because of these weird experiences, and that's the only experience I was able to research or find out of for the parent family when they visit the set. But because of reasons like that, the mother did not want to go visit the set. The director, James Wan, also experienced something weird. So I guess while they were shooting the movie, he was in his office late at night. And in his office, he had his dog with him. One night, his dog looked into a dark corner of his office room and it started growling and barking. And so James Wan would look at the corner, obviously would see no one there, but he did feel like there was something eerie there, something dark. And so essentially after that experience, he kind of took a small break from the film. I guess he got freaked out. Also, Vera Farmiga, the actress who plays the medium, she also had some fear or paranormal experiences. They said that when she reads the script, she'll never read it at night. She was so afraid of the script, or whenever she reads the script, it brings such bad or negative aura that she doesn't even bring it home with her. I guess one day she was having a phone call with James Wan. After their talk, she hung up. She opened her laptop to the script, and she saw like digital claw marks on her screen. 3 claw marks.
Holy crap!
Which is weird. Digital claw marks, really? I don't know.
How does that work?
That's weird. I would understand claw marks on the screen itself, but digital claw marks.
You think
that is weird?
You think ghosts and demons know how to use the computer?
They can go into the digital. They can go into fucking Wi-Fi and AI. Yeah, and then I guess after they were done shooting the film, she finally flew home, and when she got home, she realized on her body, I believe it was like her thigh or something, she also had a 3-mark scratch. Yep.
What does 3 mean?
I don't know. But
3 is the
it's
Trinity.
always 3, man. Yeah, it's always
it's the devil scratching 3. They knocking 3. 3 is the Trinity sign of the Father, the Holy Ghost, and the Son.
3 scratches, 3 knocks.
3 knocks. That's the sign of the devil.
Yeah, and then that's that for The Conjuring. But we do know that the intro to The Conjuring is Annabelle. Annabelle eventually had its own movie because people were so scared of it. So when they were shooting the first Annabelle movie, there were a few paranormal experiences too. One experience is that the director, when they would shoot, he would experience commonly where there's dust on the ground, on the table, a window, whatever. Every now and then, he would see three prints. I don't know if it's like a hand print or like 3 scratches or whatever on the dust every now and then. And the doll Annabelle has 3 fingers.
Jeez.
So the thought is that maybe Annabelle has been up and alive, and maybe the stunt is necessary for this part 4 movie. But the holy water stunt.
But to be honest, if that was you, then you seen those, the dust on the ground, the 3 too, right? Would have been like, first off, let's go look at Annabelle's hand.
Right.
Yeah, right. Who'd have thought of that? I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm getting some kind of ghost or demon here.
Yeah. And then I guess another thing while shooting Annabelle, so there's the actor who plays the devil, right? The demon in Annabelle, who looks like a walking goat or whatnot. So essentially, the actor, apparently they had a cast gathering or whatnot, and then he went back to the hotel, or something like that. He went into the hotel room of where they're at, he went into a hotel hallway, that is. And as he was walking, the huge light on the ceiling fell on a janitor.
What?
And they killed the janitor.
What? No way.
And the crazy thing about it is that in the movie and the script, the demon character that he's playing was supposed to kill a janitor character in that same hallway.
God. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh man. And so did they? Okay, I guess my question is, I'm curious if you probably don't know this, but I'm curious if they already recorded that scene. If they didn't, then they had to reenact how the dude, how like the dude already died. So you're like, oh, I needed that for my movie too, so I'm gonna have to do that again. Like that would be shitty, dude.
It'll give me a good reason to rewatch Annabelle, I guess.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that, man. The Conjuring. Yeah.
I honestly have to say The Conjuring 1 is one of my all-time scariest movie that I've watched. I have to say Conjuring
top 3 right now,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
top 5 right now. Say it, yeah.
Yeah, top 5. Damn, that's hard. Oh,
Top 3, yeah.
Top 3, easy,
Yeah.
man. I got you. The first one, I have to. Well, it's kind of hard because when you were a kid, you had traumas from movies that now you watch today. You're like, it's
They're
not
not that
scary.
scary,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, I guess at that point, then I hate to say, I used to be very scared of Night of the Living Dead as a kid.
Okay.
Zombies.
Wow, interesting. The old school one?
Yeah, the one, not the one that's like in black and white, but the one with the lady. She's like,
When they went to the mall? Wait, no. I don't think I've seen that one, actually.
no, that's
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. But Night of the Living Dead is the one where she's like at the graveyard with her boyfriend at the very beginning. They were gonna go
Yeah, I
visit
never.
someone. Yeah, and then,
I love zombie movies, but I've never seen that.
yeah. So that was actually my
Surprisingly.
scariest movie for the longest time.
Wow.
But if we're gonna exclude the part of now being grown up, then I have to say 1 would have to be The Conjuring.
Yep, for sure.
And then 2 will be Insidious.
Oh,
The first
okay.
Insidious is, I guess it's just because we can relate to the shaman that she
Yeah.
was doing,
That definitely was scary when they first came out, for sure.
Yeah, and then 3 will have to be one of those Asian movie, and it's one of the Eye. Have you ever seen?
The Eye, yeah, the Eye, yeah.
The very old school ones way back. I
yeah.
think it's got to be 1 or 2, one of those.
Okay.
yeah.
I have 4.
Which all right, tell them.
Starting from number 4, The Exorcist. Again,
Old one.
Yep. The best. I watched. You know what's crazy? I've never seen that movie until like 2 years ago.
What?
Yeah, that's how scared I was of the movie.
The one with the lady turning head 360?
Yeah.
Oh
The
god.
fuck me. No.
Fuck me.
Excuse my French. But yeah, that one again. My personal. I watched it 2 years ago. It's still like a hella good horror movie. Perfect exorcism horror movie. Number 3 is The Conjuring. Perfect haunted house horror movie. Number 2 is Hereditary. Some people might not like it, but I like it as a film. It's a top tier film.
But is it scary to you though?
It was scary when it got scary. It was creepy and scary, yeah, for sure for me. And then number 1 is Shudder, the Thai movie. Yeah, Insidious is not on my list because although it was really scary when it first came out, I feel like it didn't age well.
It didn't age well.
Yeah,
Absolutely did not.
Yeah.
It didn't age well, but at the same time, when it first came out, you watch it, you're
It
like,
was
holy
scary,
crap! It was
yeah,
another
for
level,
sure.
another level. The Red Door.
That movie was bad. And they have another part coming.
Yeah,
Dark Maul's
yeah.
back.
Oh gosh, jeez. I hate to say, I think that series just need to put a nail in the coffin on that one. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Well,
All right.
right,
That's an hour.
you want to close it out then, Colin?
Yeah, I guess I'll close it out. All right, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any thoughts or comments or know of any other hauntings during a shoot of a movie, please let us know. Again, follow us, like, comment. Yeah, thank you guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Peace.